Hey, what up guys? John from Mongo Fishing. So this is another tournament video. You guys, at the beginning of the year I told you whether I did well or whether I struck out, that I was bringing you guys the tournament video anyway. And I fished multiple tournament series. Mr. Bass of Arkansas as a co-angler, the BFLs as a co-angler, and the American Bass Association as a boater. This is actually one of the BFL videos, the fifth one in the series, the Road to the Regional series. There's only 5 tournaments. This is tournament number 5, stop number 5. But I have a Mr. Bass of Arkansas wildcard tournament this upcoming Sunday, so expect to see that video coming out shortly. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there and hit the bell notification so you guys know when I have a video coming out. But let's get into this one. So this is stop number 5 of the BFLs. Now the way the BFLs work is there's 4 regular series tournaments, and then the 5th one is what they call the super tournament. And at the end of all 5 tournaments, the top 45 guys move on to the regionals, and then the top 6 of the regionals move on to the All-American the following year. I went into stop number 5 sitting in 45th place. I am the bubble boy. If I do well, I'll move on and make the regionals. If I strike out, then I'm not going to make the regionals. Fishing was super slow all week. I did like 3.5 or 4 days of practice fishing, and I'll throw in a little bit of practice right here. But you'll notice in practice that I wasn't really setting the hook all that hard. It's because I don't want to sword lip a bunch of fish. I don't mind catching them, but ultimately what I'm doing is trying to find fish, not necessarily catch fish. So I think I catch 1 or 2 and then don't really swing hard on the others. Here you go, stop number 5, Lake Dardanelle. Hey, what up guys? John from Mongo Fishing. So today I'm out here on Lake Dardanelle with my father doing a little bit of like pre-tournament practice. I have a tournament this upcoming weekend, and so we're out here just trying to scout some areas out. He's never been on Dardanelle before, so figured I'd bring him out here and let him check the lake out. So that's the game plan. Let's stick some lips. There we go. Fish on, guys. White bass. They are white bass. Is that a bluegill? He's little. Freaking white bass are everywhere out here.
Is that what was over there?
Yep.
How many of them jumped in the boat with you?
I thought they were about to freaking just come everywhere, but I only hooked one little one. He just caught one right here. But 80-degree water isn't that bad. There we go, guys. Fish on a frog. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That's a 5-pounder. Yeah, that was a 5-pounder, no doubt. She was big. There's a bunch of bluegill right there. Yep. Probably 10 of them. There we go, fish on. Oh, it feels nice. Oh, he just came off. That was a big fish. I just saw it. bluegill. Yeah, that was a nice bass. I mean, that, from what I saw when it took off right there, that might have been a 5. It's definitely a nice fish. Back through that same area again with a buzz bait and see if I can work that effectively through there. I doubt that I can, but there we go. Oh, he spit it. There's a nice one right there. That's about a 3 or 4 pounder right there. There we go. And he spit it. Yep. I didn't set the hook very hard. No. There goes one. Hey, what up guys? John from Mongo Fishing. So today is stop number 5 of my Road to the Regional series. Beautiful Lake Dardanelle. Today I got Chris Darby as my boater. Say hi, Chris.
How's it going?
He is a guide on Lake Ouachita. I will link his info down in the description below. But today, hopefully we can get into it. Top 45, at the end of the season, move on to the regionals. And I'm sitting in 45th. Chris is sitting, where are you sitting?
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere right around the same spot, but on the boater side. So hopefully both of us can catch some fish and make the regionals. So let's stick some lips. There's the crew from FLW Arkansas right there. Thank you, Carlton. There we go. Yep. Hey. That's what I hate about freaking fishing frogs. I mean, I love it and hate it at the same time. It's hard to fish clean. It's so easy to miss them, or for them to just pull off getting caught up in this garbage. No? All right. Oh, come on. No. And he swung at it twice but didn't have it any time. So he should be willing to come back. No, not at all. That.
Couldn't tell, thank you.
Well, you got the skunk off the boat. He never really had it. All right, guys, so update. It is right about 8:30. I'm still sitting at 0. Chris has 1. Keep fishing. Good net.
God, getting some reels.
Good net. Nice.
Be a keeper. I think you are.
All right, guys, so update. It's about 10 o'clock. Just changed batteries out again. Chris still sitting at, no, you got 2 now, right? 2. Chris has 2, and I'm still sitting at 0. Keep fishing. Really? I needed that other damn rod. I said I needed that other damn rod.
Can't tell if he come off or not. I couldn't tell what it was.
No worries.
I'm sorry.
Yep. All right, guys, update. It is 11:52. We're still sitting at, Chris has 2, I got 0. The fish are here. Keep fishing.
See that grass? See right there in the middle of it? Right here? Those
Yeah.
are shad. You see those big bass underneath them? See that one on the far side?
Over here, yep. Yep.
There's a bass underneath them. You can get your bait usually.
The net job, by the way. Come on, B14.
Oh. Oh, maybe not. Wow. Oh. Touched off.
I mean, maybe.
Fan's tail.
So if I do that, he
Hey.
barely touches that line. Yeah. Oops, sorry about that. Thank you for the net job, sir. Yeah, so I was dragging a white wobblehead. My thought process was, if they're sitting underneath bait,
Shad, right?
maybe a white one will look like a dead shad or a dying shad.
Just wait till we get down here on a good spot.
So there you have it, guys. I caught 1 fish, and I didn't even have it on camera. We had moved from one spot to another, and I just forgot to turn the camera back on until after I already had that fish in the boat. And then when I was like, I unhooked it or whatever, and when I took it down to go measure it, I looked down and realized the camera isn't on. Like, oh crap, so I turned the camera back on, and then, well, you guys saw the rest. Let's cover some statistics. So, ugly tournament. 73 boats, so 73 boaters, 73 co-anglers. On the boater side, about 20% blanked. 15 of 73 people blanked. On the coangler side, 24 blanked, so about 33% of the field. On the boater side, it took 35 pounds, 9 ounces over 2 days to win. It took 19.10 to cash a check, and in order to make that day one cut line, the bottom cut line guy had 11 pounds, 9 ounces. Now, during practice, I'd made a comment to several people that practice was going so ugly that it was probably going to take between 9 and 11 pounds to make day two on the boater side. Ended up taking 11 pounds, 9 ounces. On the coangler side, I said 5 pounds will go a long way. And I didn't realize just how much or how close I really was until weigh-in time. So the winning coangler after 2 days had 20 pounds, 5 ounces. And to cash a check after 2 days, it took 7 pounds, 12 ounces. That magic cut line after day one was 4 pounds, 15 ounces. So my 5 pound weight was pretty much spot on. So my one little fish, my one barely squeaker, just 14-inch minimum fish was 1 pound, 10 ounces, and it was good for 45th place. Now, I started the tournament in 45th place, but since so many people had zeroed, that little 45th place finish actually bumped me up to 32nd place for my overall standings for the year. So guess what, guys? I am going to the regionals. So that tournament is a 3-day tournament. Pretty stoked about that. October 24th through 26th on Grand Lake, Oklahoma. So there will definitely be tournament videos coming out about that. Definitely going to be some pre-tournament fishing, but I've got several tournaments between now and then, so I have to focus on those first. The single solitary fish that I caught, so that came on a wobblehead. Now, we were working schools of bait, and they had a bunch of white bass and largemouth and spots and whatever underneath them, and they'd shoot up through them and pick a few fish off, and they'd drop back down underneath. And so I spun out my lures that I like to throw small crankbaits with and just bird nested it. I spent 5 minutes trying to pick it out. I couldn't get it. Switched on to another rod and reel combo, and I just couldn't throw light baits with it worth of crap. And so, that kind of hurt me not being able to have that lose, but it is what it is. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. So went to a different rod and reel setup, and eventually I started thinking maybe a wobblehead with the small mini-scrub would look like a shad. And so I'd cast it out, let it sink all the way to the bottom. And at first I was kind of, hopping it. And then I kind of thought about it a little more. What am I really trying to imitate? And so I let it sink all the way to the bottom, and I just give it a couple quick, cranks of the reel. So it'd shoot up, and then it'd fall back down again, and it'd shoot up and fall back down again. And, that caught me my one and only keeper bite that I had, which ultimately got me into the regionals. So pretty stoked about that one little fish. I don't think I've ever been happier for a squeaker fish, but it is what it is. Pretty stoked about it. So that's that, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there. It looks like me holding a fish. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I know it's pretty bad. The one and only fish I caught, I didn't get on camera, but it is what it is. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Feel free to ask any questions, anything like that. As always, guys, get on the water, be safe, and go stick some loaves.